Hello, guess who and guess what? Well, the guess who is me, Robbie Susan Chandler, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Quincy, Florida. I live right outside Tallahassee, Florida, and I hold classes in my home, and I would love for you to come over and join me sometime. But today, let's see what the what is, and you're seeing it from the top here. It's an easel card, but wait till you see the front of it. Let me fold this one down. Look at this. I can't wait to show you how I do this. And look, as you turn it different directions, it kind of changes colors. Now I did this in with two sentiments. This one is the happy birthday one, and this one is the Merry Christmas one, because some of my customers thought this might make a good Christmas card. I was kind of designing it for a masculine birthday card. And I also added a little piece inside like this and stamped it with a little tree from Ornamental Christmas for a place for you to sign your name. But let's get to the card. It's an easel card, and let's find out how you make this card. And let me move my little name. Well, I'll show you this in a minute. Okay, so let's start with our card base. It's basic black. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it in the middle at 4 1/4, and then again at 2 1/8, which is halfway between the middle and the end there. And then you fold it in half, and then you fold this under, and this makes your easel card. So that's our base. Now let's talk about our first layer. I started with a piece of Azure Afternoon, and it's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Now here's the fun part. We sell something called iridescent treat bags. Well, they look like this, and you just slip them open and you can put a treat inside. But what I did, I cut it in half, and watch what happens. Here's the magic. Where'd my piece go? Here's the magic of what happens when you put it over different colors. All right, let me move this. 5 3/8 by 1 1/4. All right, look what happens when you put it over blue, this Azure Afternoon. See how it starts picking up these purple tones? This is the one I used on this card. You can see on the back here, here's the Azure Afternoon. So that's what happens when you put on this card. And I want to show you real quick. I made another card, and this time I put it on Darling Duckling, and look at that. You have a nice sunset look, and here's the card that I made with that. See that beautiful sunset effect there? And I will be doing a video on this card, but I just wanted you to see how it looks different depending on what color background. So it's fun just to play around. You even put it on white, it turns kind of pinkier. Alright, so let's get back to this card now that I've gotten over my excitement with how much fun these iridescent bags are. So I just adhere this piece down and just put your glue just around the edge. It's not going to show. So that's step one on this background. Then cut your piece of basic black that's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And we're going to cut that piece. Let me move that one right now. We're going to cut that piece with, let me make sure that's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. We're going to cut that piece with this largest die from the branching out dies, and it's the largest one here. So that leaves a piece that comes out of the middle. Well, don't throw that piece away, because you can just take the trees from Light and Wonder and lay it right on that piece and cut this part, so you're not wasting anything. So cut your hole out first, the piece you have left, lay this on it, and cut your trees out. No waste there. Let's see, here's the Light and Wonder dies, and here's the tree from it. Okay, so once you do that, let me move these, we're going to adhere it to this piece. And I have done it here. And see how the purples are showing up in there? And then here's a fun trick too. Run it through the birchwood embossing folder, or any embossing folder you have, and look at the design you get there. Isn't that gorgeous? It really makes it pop more. Now, birchwood is one of our 3D ones, thick ones, and you'll need our specialty plate, or what I call the gray plate, to run that through your machine. Isn't that gorgeous? Look. Alright, now we have our trees cut, And all I'm going to do, see how they just lay right there in the cutout hole? Just like that. So let me put a little glue on there, and we'll pop this down. Come on, glue. There we go. I'm going to put a few little dots up here just to keep them from falling forward. Alright, so let's pop that down. Right there in the hole. Alright. Okay, see how pretty that is? Keep sliding it around a little bit. That's what I like about the liquid glue. I can slide it till I get it where I want it. There. Okay, so there's our trees. So this is our front panel. Now the where's my base? Here's my base. Okay. Inside I put, like I said, I put this piece, and I'll get to the stopper in a minute. I call it the stopper because it's what holds your card up. But let's put this piece on first. So to adhere a piece when you're doing an easel card, you need to make sure that you do two things. One, you put your glue on the bottom half of the card front. That's the bottom half. And then when you're gluing this piece on, you do not put the top there. Fold your card down and match up the bottoms. If you put the top there, doesn't work. Believe me, I have a few customers that can tell you real quick that that doesn't work. Okay, so that glues to the bottom, and you see, there it stands up. Now let's talk about this piece. I'm going to let that dry for a second. So those were cut out of Highland Heather and Basic Black. And I used these dies from Peace on Earth. It's this one and this one. And I stamped it with Versamark and embossed it with white embossing powder. Now the Happy Birthday, I don't know if you still have it or not, but there was one called Celebrate with Tags. It's got this nice bold Happy Birthday, and that's the one I used here. And then the Merry Christmas that I used is from Brightest Glow, and I liked this one because it was kind of bold too. So that's what this one looked like. Okay. So I put these together. Let's get this out of the way. Put these together with dimensionals because you want these popped up high. And then I put them on the bottom down there. You see how they're popped up with dimensionals. So I got a layer here on the black one and a layer here behind the Highland Heather one. And you just put it down there and it holds your card open. And that is it. Now if you have trouble with your card standing up, that just means you need to burnish here really good, and then burnish this fold right here really good, because that just means they're not folded quite enough. And once you do that, then it'll stand up nicely for you. Let me get this one again. There you go. Okay, so there's the card. Wasn't that fast, quick, easy? I hope you'll play with these iridescent treat bags because they're really fun, and just lay them over different colors to see what they look like. Just a variety of colors there. So please like my video, share my video, subscribe to my channel. If you need a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. If you would like to be on a team, I'd love for you to be my team member. So until next time, happy crafting.